Hello, writers. I'm Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, as well as business of screenwriting professor with the David Lynch grad program for cinematic studies, coming at you with a bit of an industry update about a spec sale. I clearly can't highlight everything that moves in the market, but this is one that certainly got my attention, so I wanted to share it with you because I think it's exciting news on many fronts. As summer begins to wind down and we start into the final working months of the year, it's good to see a significant spec sale happen specifically in a different genre. We hear a lot about sci-fi, thriller, horror, that sort of thing, action specs moving, but a screenplay by the title of Bald Eagles from a writer by the name of Brandon Cohen sold to Paramount at what is said to be one of the biggest or bigger spec sales of the year. And what is unique to the screenplay is that this is an R-rated comedy. We hear a lot of conversation about, is comedy coming back? Is comedy done? We hear some managers saying we don't deal in comedy because comedy is so sensibility driven. So it was exciting to see a comedy spec sell to Paramount under Skydance to end the summer. To see this deal happen. Now, ultimately, Brandon Cohen had another sale to Miramax earlier this year. Seems to have a couple of smaller indie produced titles, a couple of movies that are awaiting release, smaller films, it seems, from what I can gather. This is his second spec sale of this year, it seems like. He is repped by Range Media, which is a management company also attached to produce. Not represented by an agent. Interestingly, a lot of the managers at Range Media came from the agenting world when the agencies were forced to sunset the 3% packaging deal. We saw a lot of movement then from agenting to management so that agents could supplement income with producing, and they are indeed attached to produce here. But what is exciting to me is that this is a writer who is selling a comedy in a big splashy spec sale. So we are seeing some life in the genre that there's always a question about. Are we doing more of these? Is the industry pulling back on comedies? Part of the reason the comedies are challenging is that comedies traditionally don't travel geographically. So they have limited potential as far as international sales because comedy is so geographically driven, sensibility driven, and don't always translate to other geographies, other countries. So that's something to keep in mind, but I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see Skydance and Paramount under Skydance get into these big splashy spec sale. I know that they secured something else with Timothy Chalamet earlier in the year. So it's good to see that going. And once again, we're continuing to see signs of an excited, a thriving market where we are, at least on the film side, continuing to get work out there, continuing to get it noticed, continuing to get it picked up. Here, ultimately, there are no talent attachments. So it seems like this is very much a naked spec, which is always exciting. And I'm eager to see what continues to happen through the end of 2025 and into 2026, but certainly a positive sign reinforcing what we've believed has been going on in the market as far as activity and movement, but very much happy to see it on the comedy front. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, of course, subscribe for more, and hopefully we'll connect soon. Bye.